Hola, soy Matthias Pintscher. I'm a composer, conductor, composer, and it is such a delight to be here in Madrid for my first time with your wonderful orchestra, the Orquesta Nacional de España. We are in the middle of preparing a beautiful program for you with works by Rajmáninov, by Mendelssohn, and by myself. Actually, we will be celebrating the Spanish premiere of my latest orchestral piece called Neharot, which is a Hebrew word that has different meanings at the same time. Neharot, in the biblical sense, describes tears. And biblically, we're talking about the tears of the daughters of Babylon. But Neharot also means rivers. And I want to tell you that this orchestral work, it's a very dark piece, has been conceived at the beginning of the pandemic, of the COVID time. I live mostly in New York, and I spent the entire COVID time locked away in New York City. And some of you might have seen on TV these images of a completely deserted New York City, one of the most active, bubbling cities in the world. And then there was the moment when we had every single hospital at full capacity. People were dying, hundreds per day. And then the military was sending a huge black tank ship to New York City, to actually West Chelsea where we live, and it was docking right where we live to provide extra space on the boat, on the ship, for hospital beds. And this almost apocalyptic image of this total quiet in the city, and then this slow moving black threatening image of that military ship was determining the whole spirit and the atmosphere of Neharot. And this work builds, I think, a significant bridge to the last work that Rachmaninoff wrote, the symphonic dances, that were also initially conceived a little bit like my piece, differently, when he was struck by cancer and he was really at the very end of his life and suffering severely from a last stage of cancer. And he wrote these beautifully fantastic dances for orchestra in 3 movements. It's a very, very powerful work, and despite all the virtuosic dancing that's in it, of course, there is always this level of darkness and heaviness underneath, and I think it builds a beautiful bridge with my own orchestral piece. In the middle, something completely different. Augustin Hadelich, much appreciated, much loved and celebrated violinist player, is joining us for the most classical of all classical violin concertos by Felix Mendelssohn Bartholdy. I'm so much looking forward to seeing you here at the Auditori. Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 7:30, and for the matinee, Sunday morning at 11:30. See you there. My pleasure.